Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the morning after. We are coming to you live from the City of Angels. I'm looking at the beautiful Kelly Stafford, mother of 4 kids, as we approach Mother's Day. And I'm also looking at the Goop Kitchen, both getting me very excited.
Okay, with your one ball.
Oh, my God.
Anyway,
Harsh right out of the gate.
It was in my mind for some reason. I don't
Because
know.
it's cold in this room.
It is cold. We all know what happens to balls when they get cold, you know?
Right.
They disappear.
Yes.
Is that true?
They get a little snugger to the body.
Got it.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is our new home for Mondays, which we will let you guys know about later. But for now, we are going to have our just sweet, typical podcast, Mother's Day episode. So
Yes.
let's get into it. What's been a lot for you?
And Thursdays is still our home. This is just another home that we'll
I'm
talk
talking
about
the
in a minute.
studio is our home.
Oh, okay.
Wow. We're struggling today. It's fine. Anyways, what's a lot for you right now besides this?
Well, so I have been watching a lot of the NBA as of late because the
why?
Detroit Pistons have been making a run with the Knicks, and this might be a little dated, and hopefully by then maybe they'll have won and they're on to the next, but
Aren't
maybe
they
not.
losing right now?
I'll tell you they've had, they're
Down 3-2.
They're down. They're heading home. Okay, this is going to be a little dated. Who knows? I'll tell you what I have a
knows?
problem with watching these games.
What?
2 things.
Okay.
Unlike football, I think basketball is one of those sports where you really only have to watch the last 15 seconds.
I agree with you.
Like, my goodness. Like, really, the score can be 20-30, but it ends up being 110 to 115. So why do you really have to invest that entire time into it?
But it's kind of like the balance, though. Like, soccer's hard to watch because there's not a lot of scoring. Basketball's hard to watch because there's just too much scoring. And honestly, NBA, and this is a hot take, but I don't find it to be regular basketball. I feel like it's more one-on-one situations. This is so funny though. Our chef Chris, who's a basketball player, and Matthew and I always watch these games, and I'll just be like, travel, carrying the ball, travel. And they'll look at me and be like, stop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, they're not playing by the rules.
Yeah.
And they're like, listen, are they advancing in any way? Are they getting what is it called when you get one step ahead? You get
Traveling, movement, forward, rebounding, baskets.
not the basketball advantage.
Oh, sorry.
You. Are they getting any advantage from taking that extra step? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's a step. It's one step closer to the basket.
It's a step. I agree with you. They don't agree with me.
Okay.
They're like, why would you stop the game every 5? I'm like, because it's the rules.
It's the rules.
That's like saying, well, if you hold a receiver every time, then oh well.
Yeah.
Don't call it. But it's the rules. You call it because it's the rules. Anyways, I just have a hard time watching it. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I would much rather you know what we talked about last week? Drama. Lots of drama on that basketball court.
There's a lot of drama on that basketball court, and I will tell you the thing that really is a lot for me in watching it is the overzealous fan, Spike Lee. Have you noticed that? Why is he allowed to be mid-court? I mean, I don't understand. Somebody does something really well, and I see Spike Lee in the middle of the court. I don't understand. Why is he high-fiving the players? Like, you're allowed to go onto the court?
Well, I mean,
In football, you're not allowed to be on the field. In
No.
hockey, you're not on the ice. Why are you in the middle of the court?
That's a really good question, actually. I wonder if it was anybody else that you might not know, or maybe if it was a woman.
If it was me, if it were you, we would be tackled by security. Spike Lee is out there high-fiving people. Now, maybe it's because I feel like he's high-fiving the team that I don't want to win, and it bothers me. I'm sure the New York fan base is very happy to see Spike Lee out there supporting his team. But can Eminem go out half-court and
Probably.
and high-five Cunningham? I mean, what's going on?
And for those of you who don't know, Cunningham is a player on the Pistons. But
Yes.
but probably, yeah, he could. Like, when you say it like that, yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. I believe, and I've learned this from you, that the field, the turf that any sport is being played on, the rink, the turf, is sacred ground for the players.
I agree with you.
It shouldn't be fans being allowed, no matter who they are.
This is like the pettiness of me though, and I'm sure no one else would do it, but if I was playing in that game and there was a mega fan of the other team who was like a well-known person,
Spike Lee.
I would on purpose accidentally run into him.
Oh, yeah. That
My
could be
court.
good, too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry, man. But also, like, get the fuck off the court.
Yeah.
But that's me. See, these guys don't care.
This is why you make headlines.
Okay.
Kelly Stafford charges Spike Lee.
No, I would never actually do that. One, I'm never going to be on that court. And two, who really cares? But you care.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It makes me angry. Now, if it was a fan supporting the team I wanted to win, I'd probably be like, okay with it. But I see Spike Lee out there, and I'm like, bro, sit down.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, I think it's probably just because he's a fan of the Knicks.
Sure, yeah, of course.
But
Yeah. Okay,
that.
so my It's a Lot is very trivial. Yours?
Mine is we just had Teacher Appreciation Week, which I think is going around.
Yes.
And you get the list of all the things that you can do for your teachers.
Yeah, well deserved for many of them. Yes.
Okay, but this is my point. How many flowers do you think they want? If I'm a teacher, first of all, if it's me, I hate more living things. I'm already caring for your living things during the day. Do I want to take home 20 living flowers? No, I don't. And maybe that's just me. I would rather want money. Give me.
I like a gift card.
Give me
I think
something.
a gift card is a great gift.
I mean, we all know teachers don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
And we all I think it was like your kids can draw them something one day, which I think is really cute and great.
Yeah.
And you should definitely do that. You should really do it all. But I just think that putting value so these teachers can actually, I don't know, use whatever you give them is more important.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I
it's
agree.
a lot of things.
Yeah. When I was a kid, when we walked 5 miles to school. Remember the era, and maybe this wasn't a part of your era, but like everybody liked to give their teacher like these little apples.
Yeah.
Because that like signified teaching somehow. And I would just think about like Kiki's looking at me like I'm an alien. She has no idea.
Yes, you do know that.
You would give a teacher an apple. And like they had like all these little ceramic ones. See, now you just got aged too. How does it feel?
It doesn't feel good. It feels really,
but
really
then
bad.
I thought, like, does she have some like china cabinet with 400,000 little apples in it? Like, what an annoying gift.
What?
Apples, Kiki. It was a whole thing. People gave their teacher apples.
I know, like, my mom taught, and she wasn't like a homeroom teacher or like anything like that. But she was a physical education teacher. And she, I'm sure, would tell you right now, for Teacher Appreciation Week, give your teachers, doesn't matter how much, a small gift card somewhere.
Yeah.
That's all they really want.
Even
and
$10
a thank
at
you.
Starbucks or whatever.
And give it to them with the drawing that your kid made as a thank you.
Cute.
So yeah, but again, it's just a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
And you know what? No one wants a lot of things that they don't really want or need.
No, I'm over things.
What was in your Teacher Appreciation Week? Do you remember?
Well, thank God we have one mom who really kind of herded all the parents together for this. And I knew it was like a big deal when I got a text from her. And she said, hey, quick question. Do you have a red carpet? And I'm like, what in the hell is this woman talking about? So she thought maybe because of the TV station that we had like a red carpet laying around. And I didn't think we did. But she was planning like a whole thing with like a red carpet, and they ended up doing like something. But she was fantastic in coordinating. Like, okay, this many people will buy gift cards. This person will buy.
That's good.
She was like offering like, okay, you could buy gift cards to this market, to these restaurants, to this spa. So she didn't get like doubled up on everything.
Is she like the head of your parents?
She's one of them, but
association?
yeah, she's one of the moms who, and I always need a mom. And then this is, me so slow. I volunteered for one of the Target cards, but I'm like, I've never bought a gift card online. And she's like, I have faith in you. I believe you can do it.
Wait.
I know, stop. Don't look at me like I'm an alien. I get them at the register, like at the CVS. I make the person scan it, and then I put it in a card.
Yeah.
I don't buy them online.
So why didn't you just go do that?
Because she just said, well, you can just email it to me. Because if I had bought one, she said, well, you can buy one if you want. I'll drive over to your house and pick it up. And then I was like, I don't want her to have to do that.
No.
And like, I can't figure out how to buy a gift card online. I mean, come on.
It sounds like you should be saying on the line.
On that internet.
On the line. Online.
I made it work. And then I texted her and I'm like, it's coming to you. And she's like, yep, got it in my email. Thanks. And I'm just like, oh. Okay.
Now I can't get that scene out of my head.
What?
The scene from what is that movie with Vince Vaughn, and it's The Intern at Google.
Oh.
And they keep saying, and then you take a photo and you instantaneously put it on the line, and the little kid's going online, and they're like, yeah, that's Instagram. They're like, no, but you're not getting it. Okay, never mind.
Forget it. Yeah.
Okay, we're
Sorry.
gonna watch that scene of the movie and we're gonna post it. Have you seen it? Kira hasn't seen it either. This is just, y'all suck. The only thing that is worse than looking at a recipe with a million ingredients is actually going to the grocery store and trying to find all those ingredients. This is why I love Hungry Root. Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped into one. They take care of the weekly grocery shopping and they can recommend healthy groceries and meals tailored to your taste, nutrition preferences, and health goals. So all the shopping, planning, and cooking, the food can really be simple and stress-free. And not only that, most of Hungry Root's recipes can be made in just about 15 minutes or less. So I love Hungry Root. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/morningafter and use the code morningafter. That's hungryroot.com/morningafter, code morningafter to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/morningafter, code morningafter. Anyways, moving on. We had a rainy day in California recently.
Wow, breaking news.
What did we do?
Wow, oh my God. Did you guys survive it?
What do we do? That's literally what I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Matthew is gone. Matthew keeps leaving for these golf trips. I'll get into that in a second. It's a lot. But I was like, what do I do with my kids? Like, normally they're outside all day, which is great. And I love that. I love California for that. But on a rainy day, they went outside in the morning. It was a little chilly. And then I thought they were going to get sick. And then they were dragging their wet asses all throughout the house. And I was like, all right, we're done in the rain. Like, this is over. That was fun. But then I asked myself, like, what do I do? And they didn't have school this day. It was a Saturday, and their games were canceled. Okay, so when you're inside all day, and again, we could easily play tag and all these things. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to parent. I didn't want to parent. I was tired. I was hoping they'd have their soccer game so it would break up the day, because that's like what sports do right now. So I was like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to Dave & Buster's. Who doesn't love Dave & Buster's? Yeah. Okay. Well, I can tell you who doesn't love Dave & Buster's.
Parents.
Yeah. Yeah. So I take them thinking, like, this is going to be perfect. They're going to be entertained. I'm going to sit and I'm going to eat my Caesar salad. I don't even know what I got. Well, and I took some of my friends' kids too, because, everyone, we're just all in the same boat here. So we go, it's obviously packed. And this was instead of like a jump place. Because when you're at a jump place, my biggest fear is that they're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have to go to the hospital. And I don't have time for that. Matthew's not home. I'm going to have to take all 4 kids to the hospital if that happens. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to go to Dave & Buster's instead. The entire time, first of all, and I'm not, because Dave & Buster's, we love you. But to have your kids entertained for a long time there is expensive.
Yeah.
And all they want,
especially 4 of them.
Yeah, like 6, because I had 2. Especially when all they want to do is earn tickets.
Yeah.
To go to the damn gift shop.
And then it takes them 9 hours to pick out one teddy bear.
This is what I'm getting to. Okay, so we get a lot of tickets. It's great. I'm like, time's up. We're going to go to the gift shop. Also, the food has been sitting on the table for 45 minutes. Yeah. Because they order, they come, they say they're hungry, I order it, and then they're like, I just want to keep playing games. So then it's cold. So then it's a waste of money with the food. Yeah. I'm like, well, that was pointless. Well, we go to the gift shop. Do you call it a gift shop? What do you call that?
The ticket redemption counter.
There you go. And then
I surprised myself with that.
I don't know if that's right, but we're going to go with it. Yeah. So then we're in line, and they're telling us how many tickets we have.
Okay.
One has 1,500.
Okay.
The next one has 300.
Okay.
The next, and it varies, right? And then we're all crying. Yeah. Because so-and-so got more tickets. What game? This isn't fair. That's my card. We switched cards, and I'm dealing with a full-on brawl. Yeah. In the fucking
Dave & Buster's.
Dave & Buster's.
Trying to eat a Caesar salad.
Trying to eat a freaking Caesar salad in peace.
That's your first mistake.
Yeah. So not only that, we are not the only ones that are having a brawl cry session in the I look around, I feel like every parent is in there losing their minds. Yeah. A kid is crying, a kid is fighting them. They're asking how much can we pay for the damn stuffed animal that is probably $20 that you're charging 4,000 tickets for. Yeah. Which 4,000 tickets, I bet, what do you think that costs in like games?
I feel like it's almost like airline miles. It probably ended up costing you like $25,000. And you got like nothing out of it except a keychain that glows and something.
And a fun dip.
Right, yeah. Yes. And they'll never play with it again.
I'm telling you, we spent 40 minutes.
Trying to pick out the thing, yeah.
I love Dave and Buster's, but I think I'm just going to go back with adults. I like it for me. And I like to play the games where you don't earn tickets because obviously I don't want anything in the ticket redemption store.
Right.
But
you have to tell your kid, like, you have 2 minutes to pick it out. It's closing.
I literally was like, listen, you're either going to pick something now or you're not getting anything at all.
Yeah.
And Tyler took too long and we left.
Oh.
And you know what? That was like a big, and I know she's young, but at the same time she knew. And I gave her multiple, like, listen.
Outs, yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting ready.
Yep. You got another minute. Like, hurry up. And then she couldn't pick something. I got her to refund it from the other tickets. And we still have her card that has it. But she was like, Mommy. I was like, I told you. And then I felt bad. We're leaving the Dave & Buster's. I have one bawling, crying behind me.
Yeah.
Dragging her out.
Yeah.
You know what? I truly love Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
But that was hell.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like, and I felt like I looked around, and then I'm also scared that someone's going to kidnap my kids.
Right.
That place is big.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I don't know if it's a popular kidnap spot, but it's, you could lose them very easily. Yeah. It's gigantic.
Well, if it's not, it is now.
Have you ever been one of those people that puts like a dog leash on your kids? Have you seen those people? Like at the mall where they have like a leash on their
I've
suspenders?
seen them at the airport.
At the airport.
The airport's a big one for it.
Yeah, and you don't do that? Have
No.
you ever done that?
No, I have not ever done
Okay.
that. No.
I would think with your whole herd of children, like it'd be really easy to lose one.
I usually hold the youngest hand, have the suitcase in another hand, and then I told my other three to hold hands.
Okay.
And that way, if they start to run, at least they all run together.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, they're not going to go that fast.
But I do see that, and sometimes, listen, I don't think kids should be on a leash. That might be a
my
hot
daughter
take.
flies on her little dinosaur suitcase, so I can hardly keep up with her. She's flying through the airport. And everything, you know?
Well, here's my thing. This is another hot take, but if you're going to Disney World or all these places where you're afraid that your kid's going to run off, like, I think there's a learning or a lesson in this. Maybe we teach the kid
to stay close
that
by.
you can't.
Yeah.
And if they can't understand that, they don't go to Disney World.
Yeah.
Because unless you're going to Disney World for yourself, then okay, whatever. But if you're taking the kid for the experience with the child and the child can't behave, then the child shouldn't be at Disney World.
Yeah, and maybe like do a test run at like your local like CVS.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Just like try to make your way through like one store, like a Target.
I mean, but you have to make it Target's good.
Yeah.
Target's a good store
big.
to try.
Yeah.
But also you can get lost in Target.
Yeah, I get lost there all the time. And then I find myself in the sea glass aisle and everything's okay.
All right, y'all, this is one of my favorite products solely because I truly feel very good when I take it. And that is just the Mammoth Hormone Harmony. And I know that aging sucks for all of us and we just feel different and off, but it's not just because we're aging, it's just because the women's hormones. I mean, and if one hormone is off, the whole thing gets wacky. So this is why I love the Happy Mammoth Hormone Harmony. It is basically like an herbal formula that fine tunes the hormonal system like a musician kind of tunes a guitar. So it's kind of putting everything into balance. And I used to have miserable times of the month, and ever since I started taking this Hormone Harmony, I have felt way better during those times. And I do think because it is helping with all these hormones, all the hot flashes, night sweats, the poor sleep, the occasional bloating. So it just really does balance it all out. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use that code Kelly at checkout. Again, that's 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com when you use the code Kelly at checkout.
I have some big news regarding my significant.
Okay.
And it involves you and a court case.
Am I in trouble?
No. So remember,
I have to go back to Michigan.
Remember how a couple weeks ago we had the big debate about backing into parking spaces, and I told you that you were dead wrong and you're crazy for doing it?
And I'm dead right, aren't I?
Well, I will say the poll results were a little surprising.
What were the poll results?
They were split.
It was almost split.
Military? Okay, so Kiera is not on mic, but she just let us know. Military families all back in. Why is that?
Military teaches you to do that.
Military teaches you to back into car spaces.
Wow.
Boom.
Well, and honest to God, my heart is, like if you serve our country and you want to back into a spot, I just hope you're in uniform when you do, because otherwise I might let you. Anyway.
Why do you think they teach that? For like a quick getaway?
Probably to get out of there.
Wow. Well, you do think like the Hummers or the RV, what are they called? The Hummers?
I believe he's
the tanks.
Oh, those tanks.
They're all parked in, like
ready to
so
roll.
They can go.
Yeah. Well, listen. Do you need that same effort of mobility when you're at the local CVS? Boy, I say CVS a lot, don't I?
Sponsor.
Any hoozle beans, back to the court case. And we have, I got a permission. We have the little video that we can share, actually, which is, he has an edited video. So he had a case today, recently rather, that somebody had brought up like a debate about backing, somebody had like contention about backing it into a spot. And I don't know whether there was an accident. I don't know the particulars of it, and that's for neither here nor there, because we're not getting into the particulars of that.
Well, I'm very intrigued, though.
But he mentioned the podcast and said that he had heard about people having this debate on a podcast. And then Kelly was like, you didn't even mention the name of the podcast.
I mean, there's people in your courtroom.
I don't think that that's the demo that we're necessarily chasing. But it was funny that it got brought up. And I was like, oh, my God, you happen to have a case that involved people backing up.
Like really close after maybe they were listening. Maybe they were already fans of the podcast. We're going to try to back in, because Kelly said that you can back in really easily, and then they hit someone, and then they're in court.
Backing up is hard.
Oh, it's so much easier.
Are you a good parallel parker?
Yeah.
You're a good driver.
I'm a decent driver.
No, you're good. You're very good compared to me. I'm not a good driver.
Well, you need to work on that. You have a kid in your car.
I do.
You know what? Driving's all about everybody else.
Okay.
Like, you have to be mindful of everybody else on the road. Like, I think about everyone else before I think about what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, these people are not coming over, and I have 3 lanes, so if I can make that move right now, I don't know. It's not react. I feel like most people who drive and react instead of being like
proact.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because if you react, you're kind of screwed.
I try to slow down now as I get to like say you're stopped at a red light and then the light turns green. Mm-hmm. I try to give myself like 3 seconds before I go.
Why?
Because I have this nightmare that somebody's going to fly through the red light and hit you. Yeah.
And I think that's totally fine. As long as you don't hit the brakes, so the people behind you that see the green light, and then they hit you.
Yeah. Boy,
but I understand. Too. Like there is a little bit of fear. I get that way at stop signs, that someone's just going to run through a stop sign.
Driving's scary.
I think we make it. Well, it is now for sure. We were talking about this. This is funny. Oh my gosh. I forgot about this conversation with my kids. I had a gummy one night, and it was at the end of the night. They were about to go to bed. But then we started having this conversation, and I was telling them how they just are growing up in the wrong time. I was like, when mommy grew up, like, Ashies would tell me to come home at sundown, and things were just easier, and it was just a little, more independent. And they're like, well, why don't you let us do that? And I said, well, because if I go tell you to ride your bikes in the neighborhood, some loser's on his phone and is going to hit you. We didn't have phones back then. And they were like, you didn't have phones? And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. They're like, how did Ashies call to tell you it was dinner time? I said, well, she told me when the sun goes down. And immediately I also told them why I don't talk back to my mom. And I asked Chris while I was standing there, I was like, hey, Chris, when you would talk back to your mom, what would happen? He's like, you don't even want to know.
Yeah.
And I said that to my girls. And they were like, what would Ashies do? I was like, you don't want to know. Yeah. But let me tell you what, I never talked back to my mom again.
Yeah.
But anyways, where was I going with that? I don't know. Riding bikes, it's a thing. They're growing up in the wrong time. Sucks for them. Great for us. We're moving on. Okay. All right, splashers. Do you guys like a good night's sleep? And do you like hot chocolate? Well, great, because I have found the perfect product for you. It is no secret that I love a good hot chocolate before I go to bed, but I always felt a little guilty about it, and now I don't, because this is a guilt-free hot cocoa blend with many different flavors, actually. But not only that, It is a healthy nighttime blend that can help you wind down, fall asleep, and actually stay asleep so you can wake up feeling rested, calm, and ready to handle whatever might be thrown your way, whether that be a play date or, I don't know, a ball at your head. But summer's coming. We're going to have longer, busier schedules. We're going to need to be well rested, and the Dream Powder can do that. It is made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients: reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. Honestly, my favorite flavor right now is the brownie batter. And right now, Beam is offering up to 40% off their best-selling Dream Powder for our listeners. It's for a limited time only and the perfect chance to make your rest a priority. So go ahead, stock up while the kids are still asleep. All right, Splashers, do you guys like a good night's sleep? And do you like hot chocolate? Well, great, because I have found the perfect product for you. It is no secret that I love a good hot chocolate before I go to bed, but I always felt a little guilty about it, and now I don't, because this is a guilt-free hot So it is Mother's Day, and you remember how we were talking about how you told me that I sent Matthew to the orthodontist on purpose.
Completely, 100%.
Okay, well, he got me back.
Uh-oh.
So not only did they only get rubber bands put in when he was there, like the spacing rubber bands, they just wrap them around their teeth to get ready for the expanders.
Okay.
I had to take them to get the expanders.
Oh, my God.
I leave one of my children at home just to make sure she doesn't have the toots in the office. So I walk in, and immediately they already know this is going to be tough because of the last appointment.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he sent you in. And I was like, yeah, but they're going to be way better. We had a talk. We're good. We're ready to go. Chandler and Sawyer rocked it.
Okay.
They did a great job. Okay. Hunter, disaster. Before she even got in the seat, she's watching her. So I'm like, look, it doesn't even hurt. Like, there's nothing going on. They're taking the rubber bands out and they're putting a spacer where the rubber bands were, or expander. So she sits down. She's like hyperventilating in the chair, and he can't like put it in her mouth because she keeps, whatever. I have to like sit her up. I'm like, you need to breathe with me. It is a whole scene. And this is like an open office. So you can like, people are getting the braces off in one chair. Like, it's very, people are, watching. So I'm like, I can't be like, get your shit together. So I'm like, all right, baby, breathe with me. You're
okay.
Right? She calms down a little bit. She lays down. She finally gets the spacers in. We're good. Well, then they're like, we got to crank it. You got to turn this thing to help it expand.
Oh, my God.
So you have to turn it one time every night. Okay? So like you need to know how to do it. And I was like, okay, well, will you show me? They're like, of course. Who wants to go first? Chandler raises her hand. Chandler's been great the whole time. She gets in. She shows me. It's like this little hole you got to stick in it. Parents who have kids who have these expanders, please send me DMs because I am terrified. But anyways, you stick the thing in the hole. Sorry.
I'm so tired.
I'm delirious right now. Okay. So you stick the thing in the hole, and then you turn it, or no, you push it. Okay. Wait, hold on. So she's all right. Bring it back in. So she shows me, and she makes it look really easy. Okay.
You spit it. That was the part that sailed me.
All right. So Chandler goes. She's great. She gets off. And so they're like, all right, do you want to try? I'm like, yes. I'm like, all right, Sawyer, Hunter, who wants to go? And Hunter bravely is like, I'll go, mommy. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Good
Okay,
girl.
let's do this. I was like, we're going to crush this. Turns out I crushed it in the most horrible way. So I stick the thing in the hole. And the lady's like, you just have to push it in harder. Oh my God.
This is just getting worse.
I'm sorry. No, but that's what she's like, you just have to push it a little harder. So I push it a little harder. The thing, it's like a paper clip.
Yeah.
That's the ending of it.
Yeah.
It slips out of the hole. I jam it in the back of her throat. This sounds so bad.
We got to change the topic.
No, okay, but she starts bleeding.
Oh, my God.
The tool cut her in the back, and I, like, immediate screaming tears. My sweet, tough child that just braved to do it with mommy is now bleeding, and the entire office, like, comes over. Is like,
No.
Is she okay? I'm like,
No.
fuck me. Like, this sucks.
And these kids are so young now. They do it so young.
I know. No.
Like did you ever have braces?
Yes.
So I did, and it was like I had got them in 7th grade. They were off in 8th, and like you were done.
Yeah.
Now they do this whole like you're gonna have this whole expander thing that you're talking about when they're 7, 8. Then they come back at like 10, 11. Then they're probably in headgear when they're 12, and then when they're 30, they get veneers. So who gives a shit? All right.
Cheers.
Cheers to veneers.
Cheers.
Like, who cares? And by the way, I don't have them. I'm just saying, like, but
I told my mom this story, and she was like, "It's very interesting. Like, I feel like they're really young, and obviously we have nieces. I have nieces and nephews that are older that haven't done this. Braden's had braces, but." And I'm telling my mom this, and I just stop him and I go, "Are we just getting scammed out here?"
No, they do that.
Our money?
That's the whole thing. No, it's not just.
But
the California
why?
thing.
Because I just had braces
I don't know.
and I was fine.
It must have something to do with like the growth of the mouth or the teeth, or they have figured out a different way to do it. I don't know.
Maybe they're in braces for a shorter amount of time.
I think that's the whole thing.
I mean, I get the expanders because Hunter's teeth are really crowded.
Yeah.
And like she's gonna have to. Like that's gonna have to happen for her regardless.
Yeah.
But I never had expanders. Did you?
No, I never had the Band-Aids, the rubber bands. I just literally had braces.
I thought those were bite thing, like the rubber bands that connect the bottom to the top.
I had them like in 7th grade. I had braces for like 6, 7 months, and that was it.
I'm surprised kids aren't just doing Invisalign.
Invisalign is a thing, but I think that you have to wait till you have a fully mature mouth for something like that.
Do you have to wait anyways for braces or no? I don't know.
Well, whatever.
This blows my mind.
Maybe we need an orthodontist, but it's there's a lot going on there.
I know.
Yeah.
Real quick, I know this is our Mother's Day episode, so I want to give a quick shout to my mom and my 2 grandmothers. First of all, Beachy, don't know how you raised 6 sons, still blows my mind. Winnie, love you so much. And Mom, obviously you are who I model everything after. Good or bad?
No, I think
so
that,
much.
and I think she's giving you a very good sense of sensibility and a good track record. And you as a mom kill it and motivate me and inspire me as a dad. And your sister, who does such a great job, and really kind of just both of you just kind of remind me, and you've done this since Emma was, weeks old, that kids just have to be kids. Yeah. Like they have to fail, they have to make mistakes. You can't helicopter everything, because I was helicoptering. I still do. But I just think it's great that you let your kids go out there and have fun and fail if they need to and learn from it. And it's a lot. Yeah. Being a mom it's a lot. So hats off to all the moms for all the work that you guys do. It is unbelievable. And if you're just a mom, you're more than just a mom. You're more than that. Yeah. But if I love just a mom. You know what? I am just a mom, and I thrive in that, and I know it's hard, and it's something that is rewarding as well. Yeah. But hell, do we want to pull out our hair a lot? Yeah. And if you don't have a lot of hair, that's bad. Well, thank God for Nutrafol, because you have a lot of full hair. There's our ad. Done. Organically. Perfect. Bye, Nutrafol. Yeah. Nutrafol. Oh, there's no E. Anyways. All right, splashers. You guys have all seen the video now of my hair flip. And I'm telling you what, listen, it was the weight of the hair, okay? I have balance. I am coordinated. I'm usually a decent dancer. But you know what? The weight of the hair got me, and that is solely because of Nutrafol. It's heavy, it feels good, it looks nice, and honestly, I didn't have this hair before I started taking Nutrafol. I felt I was very postpartum and losing all of it, all the volume, but now I honestly can tell you that I am loving my hair. You may have heard of Nutrafol's hair growth supplements and wonder, do they actually work? So if you are the one that is wondering if Nutrafol actually works, because I get it, there's a lot of supplements out there, but guys, it really does. And it's the reason it's the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's trusted by over 1.5 million people and clinically tested to deliver real results in just 3 to 6 months. So this summer, stop worrying about your hair and start making memories. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the code morning after.
Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code morning after. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code morning after.
Okay, so listen, we have a little time here, and I want to play a game with you because you lack knowledge of pop culture, significant knowledge of it. And so I just came up with I saw a thing on the IG, and people were quizzing each other. And so I said, okay, I'm going to throw my own questions together, some hard, some not. And I'm curious to know how many you will get. Kelly Stafford, are you ready?
Now, like pop culture, are we talking about like actresses, musicians? Are we talking about like reality TV?
I'm talking, well, we start off with reality TV, but I'm talking very, very topics. And Kiki signed off on these questions, so I think they're acceptable.
Okay. I'm going to do my best.
Kelly Hall Stafford, are you ready?
That's not my name, but yeah. My name is Kelly B. Stafford. Go
I
ahead.
know, but I call you Kelly B, and then people DM me all the time and say, why are you calling her Kelly B?
Well, they need to do some research.
Okay.
Or listen to the podcast.
What reality show did Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie star in together?
Simple Jobs. Simple Life.
Yeah! Okay.
Don't they do Jobs?
They do Jobs on The Simple Life. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
I actually did watch that.
What is Lady Gaga's real first name?
No idea.
Okay.
What is it?
Stephanie.
Stephanie
Germanata. Yeah.
Germanata?
I believe it. I might be not pronounce. Yeah, the YouTube video, the video from. So when she was in high school, she was hazed a lot, and they used to they put together this whole video telling her that she would never be famous, she'd never be whatever, and then she had a callback video to that and be like, I clearly made it.
But it's not Stephanie Germanata. I'm Lady Gaga.
She's Lady Gaga. Yeah. Well, then you're never going to get this. I don't even know why I'm asking her this one. What is Madonna's last name?
Is Madonna her actual first name?
Correct, yes. She's named after her mother. It's her real name. People always think it's a stage name.
What
does
it start with?
A C. It's Italian.
That's not going to help me.
Okay.
Cheerio.
Close. Ciccone.
Oh, like a Coney dog.
Mm-hmm. Not like a Coney dog. Now, this person also, I know you have reverence for and you are a fan of this person. You probably have not followed her life, but I'm thinking you're going to know the answer to this one. Who was Cher's first husband?
You think I follow Cher?
I think that you have reverence for her and as a cultural icon probably know some details of her life.
You and your cultural icon.
Okay, Sonny Bono.
Who is that?
Sonny and Cher. Kiki's mouth. Kiki is 14 years old and her jaw just dropped. She knew the answer to this.
I feel like I know the topic Sonny and Cher, but I didn't know if that was like a Sunny Light or like a Sunny D.
I'm almost about to jump out this window. Okay, we're going to continue. Where did Princess Diana die?
In a car.
I don't mean physically. I don't mean the vessel. What city was she in?
Was she in America?
Okay, we're moving on.
Wait, what is it?
And you know what's so horrifying about this? She's going to know the answer to the next one.
Okay, wait, but what is the answer?
It was in Paris, and she had just left the Ritz Hotel.
Okay, good to know.
Here's what you're going to know the answer to, and it's going to make me want to jump into the middle of the 405. Who starred with Kim Kardashian in her sex tape?
Oh, I do know this. What does it start with?
In R. He has a famous sister.
Oh, that's not going to help me. It's like Ray J?
Yeah. Sister is?
No idea.
Brandy.
No shit. I love Brandy. I didn't know that.
You're never going to know this. This is one of those that I was like, forget it. What's the point? What was the name of Meghan Markle's lifestyle blog before she met Harry?
No, that's not even fair. Who knows that? Do you know that?
I actually don't know this one, but...
You know that? You knew that before looking it up. You knew that.
Moving on. It's something twig.
You don't even know?
Wait, well, I knew it, and then as I said it, it went out of my brain. Google it.
She's
real
all
quick.
over the media right now.
She's got a lot going on.
Wait, before you go, did you see what she said about emailing her kids?
The twig.
The tit?
The TIG.
The TIG.
The TIG.
I did see what she saw about emailing her kids, and I do send, and I will admit, I got this idea from Kim Kardashian. I send my daughter an email at the beginning of the school year. Kind of recap. Sorry, I'm a little gassy. Kind of recapping. I had a burp. It's because I ate too many chips. Kind of recapping the year, or my intention for her for the year ahead.
Stop.
I did read the Meghan Markle article,
Yeah.
and this was what I digested from that. She said that she sends hundreds of emails.
No, yeah, that's too much.
To her children, which means by the time they're 18,
They're
they're
never
going to have
reading
like 20,000 emails. Who wants to read all that?
No, but I do think like it's pretty awesome because think about how many photos we take.
Yes.
And to do a quick email, like maybe once a month or whatever you think is doable, and whatever you think will be like they'll actually read with like 2 sentences or like
Sure.
you know what I mean. So that
Yeah.
way you're not scrolling through your photos to show them. So like they have kind
Yeah.
of like the main photos.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
But
Anyways,
she's
continue.
got too much
The
time on her
TIG.
hands. The TIG.
All right, guys, as I have fallen in love with tennis, I've realized I have found it at an older age, and that stinks. But I have been wanting to proactively preserve my health, mobility, strength, stuff like that as I get older so I can continue to play sports and be active. And I have found MitoPure, which is a supplement. And honestly, I've been taking it for about a month. I feel stronger in my workouts. I feel like I just recover quicker. I have more energy. And it's a supplement that helps because it supports your health at the foundation by encouraging cellular renewal. And I know this is on the inside, so we're thinking, okay, like another supplement, but it is the only urolithin A supplement on the market that is clinically proven to target the effects of age-related cellular decline. And what that means, it is going to improve your energy levels. You're going to have better workouts, faster recovery, more endurance, and all of that can get you to goals that you might have, but also it's just supporting your cells at a cellular level. So you can awaken the strength, the power, and the resilience that you already have in you with the first and only supplement that's clinically proven to rejuvenate health at the cellular level. Go to timeline.com/morningafter. That's TIMELINE.com/morningafter to get 10% off your first order of MitoPure. Again, that's timeline.com/morningafter.
Okay, you should know the answer to this.
Okay.
Again, Madonna. Who did Madonna kiss on stage live during the VMAs?
Miley Cyrus.
I'm not well. I'm not well. I'm not going to recover from this.
Is that not right?
No.
Who was
You're
it?
thinking when Miley Cyrus performed with Robin Thicke.
Oh. but
She
they didn't-
kissed Britney and
Oh,
Christina
that's right.
Aguilera. And do you know who it
And?
was? Well, she kissed both of them, but Britney got all the headlines. But do you know who it was supposed to be? I just found this out. It wasn't supposed to be Christina Aguilera. And Christina's still pissed that she didn't get all the headlines. But if you'll remember the performance, she kissed Britney and they cut to a reaction shot of Justin as Madonna kissed Christina. And Christina was like really pissed because she didn't get any of the headlines from it. Britney got all the headlines because they cut to Justin. So anyways, it was not supposed to be Christina,
Who was it supposed to be?
J-Lo. And J-Lo couldn't do it because she had a filming contractual obligation and she couldn't make it. So they picked up Christina last minute.
Sorry, I thought it was Miley.
Yeah. Okay, this one I think you will know because this one is someone of your generation. And I will even give you like a pretty good hint for it.
Okay.
But I'm going to float it to you straight. Which singer was discovered on YouTube at the age of 12?
Justin Bieber.
Oh, they're very good.
Thank
I
you.
am so proud of you.
How many did I get right?
Where is Justin Bieber from?
Canada.
Okay. What province?
Don't ask.
Ontario. How
that
many did
above
you
Detroit?
get right? You got it's
Is that the one that's there? Yeah, because it's Whistler.
not far from Windsor. Yeah, Windsor.
Whistler.
Windsor.
But Whistler's over here.
West Coast?
Yeah.
No, he's from
No, I know, but I'm just saying Whistler is on this side of the country.
Near Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Well, yes, and Phoenix is on this side of the country too. I don't
Listen,
understand your point.
You know my geography. I'm just trying to get a base. Okay.
I will give you credit for the Nicole Richie, Paris Hilton one.
I got that right.
You bombed Lady Gaga, you bombed Madonna, you bombed Cher, you bombed Princess Diana, you got the Ray J sex tape, you bombed the TIG, you bombed Madonna's VMA. You got 3 out of
a lot. Okay.
One,
well,
two,
there
three,
was
four,
one
five, 6, 7,
common
8. You got
theme
3.
in your quote unquote pop culture.
There were 2 Madonna questions.
They're all divas.
So you should have an understanding and a reverence and a knowledge for the divas.
Why?
Because I just think you should. Even today's modern divas like Beyonce or
Katy Perry.
No, I would not say.
Yes, you would.
Katy
Miley
Perry lost
Cyrus.
me when she flew to
Ariana
space.
Grande.
Oh, Ariana Grande. Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter had one song. Can we just like stop throwing her in
Did you
some
see her do
diva
the
category?
Eiffel Tower on her tour?
Yeah.
What
But,
was
like,
that?
This,
Like the sex-
like how about like
Yes.
Adele? Like people with
Ooh, I
like
love Adele.
like real like talent.
So like the
Okay.
Like Celine Dion.
she's
a
old.
diva. It doesn't matter. She has.
What
you
about
have-
Whitney Houston?
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson. Kelly Clarkson. She's great.
Kelly Clarkson is great. Jennifer Hudson has an EGOT. She's an EGOT winner. You have reverence
What's
for
an
her.
EGOT?
An EGOT is somebody, and there's only, I believe, 12 of them. How many are there? 12? I bet I can name a lot of them. It's somebody who's won an Emmy, a Tony, a
bet
Grammy,
you
an
can't.
Oscar.
21.
I bet.
Okay,
21.
I'll give you some of them right now.
All right, here we go. Hank is about to name the
EGOT winners.
EGOT winners. So they've won an Emmy, an Oscar.
A Tony and a Grammy.
What's Tony's for?
Okay.
Broadway.
Jack Human. Jack. I just think about.
Jack Hanna? The guy with the snakes?
What's the guy that did Broadway? Jack Hugh.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
He's not an EGOT.
Sorry.
No. Okay,
thought you
EGOT
said-
winners include Jennifer Hudson, Whoopi Goldberg, Liza Minnelli, Barbara Streisand,
How old
Marvin
are these people?
Hamlish.
Yes.
Um,
You're gonna need to repeat what I'm saying.
Oh, I'll repeat it.
okay.
So you have
I have
Jennifer,
Jennifer Hudson, Whoopi Goldberg, Marvin Hamlish.
Can you do any modern day?
Well, you have to understand these are people that have won 4 gigantic awards. John Legend is an EGOT winner. He is an EGOT winner. John Legend
John,
is, yeah.
yes, he is, and Hank's cheating.
Yeah, I just cheated with that one. Thank you, Stacy. Boy, EGOTs.
Mister, I could name almost all. You have 4.
4, I think, is impressive. There's what, 8 of them, 10 of them, 12 of them. Some of them
She
are
said there's
like
21.
Some of them are like
You need
composers.
to wrap up.
Yeah. Okay. Can you give me a hint on like 2 of them?
The ones he should
Some
know.
of them are composers. Rita Moreno. Elton John.
Viola Davis.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Alan Menken.
Who's that?
Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn.
Hepburn.
Mel Brooks.
What? Who am I supposed to know? Alan Menken?
Alan
Menken
Menken.
did all the Disney music like Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid.
Oh shit, that's big.
Yeah.
My bad. My B.
See, I think the one that really like messes with you is the Tony. Because
Okay,
you kind of
Broadway.
usually understand like the Oscar part of it, the Grammy, but then you get weird ones where somebody wins a Grammy for like a written book, like their spoken word book.
Interesting.
But you guys need to.
Okay, also, now we're going to move on.
Yeah.
You know what? That was so fun, though.
That was a blast.
So fun.
I can't wait to blow my brains out.
And you said jump on the 405. I'm like, there's traffic, so nothing would happen to you.
yeah,
But
okay.
anyways, we have exciting news. You know, we love this podcast so much. And we also realized that you guys wanted some guests as well. So instead of replacing Hank and I's time on Thursdays with you guys, we're still going to have the regular morning after on Thursdays, but we also have added in another podcast that will be dropping every Monday from here on out. And They will include guests from basically all different types of, I don't know, life, work.
Yeah. Some people you're going to hear the name and go, oh my God, I'm obsessed with that person. And other people are people that might not be on your radar, but you're going to learn a lot from.
Yes. So we're really excited. And actually, our first one, you guys will love. We know that we loved her. So tune in this Monday. It's dropping this Monday. Again, our first guest.
Can we give a hint?
Is awesome.
Okay, I want to give a hint.
Okay, one hint.
One?
Yes.
Oh, a big Bravo celebrity.
Bravo. There you go. For all the Bravo fans.
Yeah.
But also has way more to her than just
but
that,
you said one
obviously.
hint.
I know, you're
Yes.
right. All right, so tune in with us on Mondays and Thursdays now. We're so excited. And that's it, right?
That's it.
And Splashers, we love you guys so much. We will see you on Monday. Until then, have a splash.
Make a splash.